Alrighty. One second, everybody. 1 second. We're live. Surprisingly, it's been a hell of a 48 hours. Sorry for those that didn't catch it in my Discord. Comcast literally came to my house and cut the line. Like, not like they turned it off, as in they literally came and cut it. Yeah, it's a whole thing. So we're back. Thanks for those who helped, with that process. Yeah, it's been a thing. So I missed content yesterday. Apologies for that. We'll try to get back into it. Try to do the whole lost wages fight with Comcast, but no real hopes there. So we'll just have to be having a negative month. But Sergeant Fleet Command, not necessarily a negative, right? We're here together. We've got giveaways from Scopely. Like, they're doing more of those. If you want to get your own avatar in the game, one of the things that they're giving away is, if you win, you get to do one-on-one with the art team for your own avatar, which, cool idea, right? Cool idea. So we'll talk about that, how you can enter it. There is an update, which hopefully makes the battle logs work again. Yay, battle log fix. It's good when they fix things. So we'll see. Now, that hasn't rolled out as of yet. They said that it's going to roll out today. And of course, they didn't provide a timetable of when it's rolling out, but I'm pretty sure it hasn't rolled out yet. As of the last time I talked to them this morning, they had not. But it is going to roll out. So there will be a fix, and that doesn't require any downtime. So it'll just happen in the background kind of when it happens. Again, we are talking like our good friends over at Scope here, where it'd be nice if we had some specifics. It'd be nice to know exactly when and how and where it was going to happen. But the good news is it is going to happen. They are only going to need you to just enjoy the game. Me in the background. So I appreciate that type of a fix. I'm glad when it's something that we don't actually have to do anything. That's good, Mon. Good to see you. Why did they cut the line? I don't want to spend the entire show talking about the Comcast thing. We can talk about that in the Discord. It's a headache. It's stressful. And if I don't make it to my 40th birthday, it's going to be because of Comcast and Scopely. So we'll see how it goes. I'm 34, so that gives me 6 good years. 6 good years. It's all over. All right. Guess I'll teach you to complain about service quality. Yeah, no, right? Like, I can say as many negatives as I want about Scopely customer support. They've never banned my account. So other companies exist, apparently. Other companies exist. Yeah, it's a thing. It's a thing. But good afternoon, Omicron. Good afternoon, Godfather Triple, Wayne Miller. Good afternoon to all of our friends from the EU. If you do me a huge favor, if you're hearing the sound of my voice, send this stream out to anybody in your alliance server, etc. That way we can answer their questions. I do want to try to answer as much as I can today, as I always tend to do. Have a few answers for y'all. I know y'all have been posting a lot of updates. Yesterday's video was supposed to be about the legacy reel. I'm going to be pushing that to tomorrow. So if you're interested in the legacy reel, I do think that's a really cool thing that Scopely's done. So shout out to Scopely. Look, I will call them out for bad stuff. I'm really mad about the whole whip and all the events around the whip. But good things have also been happening this month too. And I really like the legacy reel. And I told y'all more and more things will continue to happen as we get closer to the 5th year anniversary in November. I think the legacy reel is a really cool idea. And I will put that in not only my Discord, but I also will put that on YouTube tomorrow with my legacy reels, also some reels from a couple other people. Mine, I actually took my top 2 accounts, my 2 highest level accounts, 46 and level 57. And I was like, wow, okay, surprising. One little tidbit, kind of like, I won't call this like leaking anything, but I just give you a little preview. Apparently both my accounts are pro-Romulan. Like, really shocking. Neither of my accounts are Klingon, or neither of my big accounts are Klingon, put it that way. I've got obviously a lower level, I've got a level 29 account, and obviously I've got the level 15 on server 97. Shout out to server 97 and GSC. But yeah, I was like, wait, I don't have any Klingon here. It's all ramen. But it is how it is, right? And yeah, I think the legacy reels are a lot of fun though. Really cool to see how some of the things work in your account. I wish I knew the exact parameters of how they worked, because I do have some friends who've gotten like some questionable results But even we'll talk about that tomorrow in the video. I think that's a really cool thing that they've introduced. And I actually was talking to Beck this morning about the legacy reel system and how she was saying that it was intended to be like a one-off thing. Like they're just going to do it here. It's really cool, but it's been a lot of positive response. So they're actually looking at this as something that maybe they make it into a, we'll run it again, as in we'll do it again, which I think would be a fantastic idea. I really do think that the legacy reel is neat. I think it's a great concept. I do think it is something that as a player, we love to see. And, you know, before anybody asks who hasn't done the legacy reel, like if you don't know what the legacy reel is, again, we'll cover that in tomorrow's video, but no, it's not going to tell you how much you spent. So I know some people are asking, like, is it going to tell you that? I'm like, no, no, they don't want you to know that number. No, no, no. Scopely does not want you to know that number. So, oh man, doesn't want you to know the number, but I do think it's good. So yeah, like what exactly is an expansionist, mega expansion? So we'll try to go over some of that tomorrow. It's a little, again, it's not bad. It's not like it's a terrible thing. It's just a, yeah, it's nothing negative about it. It's just some of the answers were like, okay, well, I don't know if this makes a ton of sense, but here we are, right? You know, but I think overall it's good. And I think that the game should continue to do stuff like this for the community. I think it's really cool. And hopefully we'll have more of it as we get closer. And then of course, like I said, we do have the 5-year anniversary. They have another set of giveaways that are happening. If you have never participated in it, I'll share the link a couple different times. There it is. It is through Gleam, which is a company I introduced Panic to a few years ago. A really good company that you can use to do giveaways with. Not that they're paying me to promote them. I'm just saying it's there. So you can see that there are many options that you can do. Signing up for a Scopely account, visiting the Star Trek Fleet Command landing page, joining the official Discord, visiting the Reddit, following and retweeting on Twitter, which is technically x.com now, but whatever. Watching on TikTok, the official Facebook page, the Instagram page, the YouTube channel, and referring friends for extras. So these are the ways that you can get in to win. As of now, there are only 1,300 entries, but there's 28 days remaining. But I'm just pointing out, like if you want something cool, there you go. Bam. Where do I find my player ID to unlock the reel? So Jimmy, I'll actually show you that in just a second. I'll cover that in tomorrow's video, but you know, you're here live. You deserve a little extra special treatment. You deserve love, Jimmy, because you are here live, Jimmy Miller. All right, putting your legal name out there. Very brave and very bold of you, Jimmy. Very brave and very bold. But here, we're going to take this off the screen and let's go back over here. So what you're going to do is you're going to hit your profile top left. So hit your profile, hit settings, and then go right over here to player ID. Copy that into the little text bar that it provides, and you'll be able to pull your info. There you go. When is level 70 ops going to be available, aka G6? Beef, I can't tell you that answer. Can't answer that question for you, but I can tell you that the G6 ships, if you're interested in that, that's the only piece of G6 information I'm giving out. I think the G6 ships look fantastic. I love the choices they went with the Federation. I'm happy about the Klingon ones. Not as happy, but I am happy. And then you've got the Romulan ones, which I'm really curious to see what people say about the Romulan ones. So we'll see. We shall see. I'm pretty happy about it. So Scott says the only drawback is the grand prize is for the U.S. only. Look, Scott, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, we actually talk about it all the time. America's #1, right? I do agree that our EU players, APAC players, should be able to get some cool grand prizes. But there are some limitations to the prize system, and that is how it's going to be. Yeah, I think you can get in the spirit of watching on TikTok. Can you send that commercial again? I don't have it plugged in on my YouTube stuff, Kissy Cat. I actually have it plugged in on Twitch. So we can watch it tonight, Kissy Cat, if you come to the Twitch stream. If y'all haven't joined our Twitch stream, we've been playing Star Trek Fleet Command and Star Trek Infinite, new Star Trek game that's come out. I've been really enjoying it. And it is being worked on, any type of improvements and bug fixes. I love that they are trying to get on that lickety split. So yeah, we can do that a little bit later. But legacy reel, really cool. Battle logs getting fixed finally. That's really nice. And no turn off the game maintenance needing to happen. That's huge. So I would say that my Scopely experience this week has been mostly positive, right? The only negatives I still have is we have a couple of these events for Concentrated Latinum that are coming out that are clearly designed around the new forbidden technology, the Ferengi whip. Now, I know my friend Monkey in the chat, he went and he spent a couple of euros on it. So he's very happy with it, but I am still one, and I know, I think Stewie and Lube have done this. I know DJ's mentioned it. Really want to find a way for that whip to get some level of free-to-play access, even if it takes months. It's just so powerful as a tool that it needs to really make its way out to everybody else. So, yeah, we shall wait and see, right? We'll see how that kind of plays out long-term, but I am pretty happy this week in terms of scoping. Now, keep in mind that like it's been a really rough like month and a half, so it's good to have a really positive week. Star Trek Fleet Command. Christina says she got the whip. Christina, I don't blame you. Like, I'm not over here telling people to not get the whip. I'm just saying that it is so strong that a lot of the events that they're coming out with clearly are centered around the whip and can't really be completed without it. Now, I will say that there's a mining event going on right now. Oh my gosh, Rev is doing it. Yeah, I am. Just because I want that Gobbo table currency. This one, you don't really need the whip, but you can finish it really quick with the whip. And I've been grinding and mining, and it's taking a while. Thankfully, that's a 2-day event, but we've had a lot of mining events lately. So yay. Let's make sure I got my daily events turned on. I do not. Let me go ahead and do that. And then now watch me whip. Now watch me. All right, that's old. Y'all don't even know what that is. Y'all got to stop. Stop it, big old TD. Stop it. Scopely got my problem with the web store fix. Awesome, Adam. See, I love it when good things are happening with Scopely. I love it. I prefer to be positive, right? Like, sometimes we're negative, and sometimes we have to be negative. Sometimes it takes lighting that little fire under some butts. I like when positive things are happening, and I'll be honest, any positive customer support right now, I would love to hear about, because I just had the worst customer support experience ever with Comcast. So I would love to hear your positive customer support experiences with Scopely right now. Like, feed the positivity, feed it. Hopefully we can have more of that continuing. I've also, for those who've been wondering, we've been a little bit kind of behind the load on some things when it goes to crap, my brain just kind of froze. When it goes to everything that's happening in the Star Trek Fleet Command world. Oh, okay, I'm a little bit distracted because I'm trying to read chat at the same time. Did I ever tell you start playing the game? And you did not, Kissy Cat. Really cool. Have you heard what DJ said about the event? Yeah, look, I think DJ is wrong on that one. Like, can something be completed? Sure. Should we be designing events completely around the whip? No, we should not. So, how are we going to do that? I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that. So, it be how it be, you know? It be how it be. How did we do? After last update, I had a stuck ship. Put in a ticket. Within about 6 to 12 hours, they fixed it. It's about as positive I can get. Lamar, I'll take it. I'll take it, because we've had stuck ships last for days for some people. So the fact that you managed to get it that quickly, we'll take it as a positive, man. I'm taking all positives at right now. Think you send DJ another mug? Hey, DJ's already got the shirt. I don't even have the shirt, right? DJ's got the shirt. So you know what? DJ's allowed to have his opinion. Keep in mind that DJ caters to a different player group than we do, right? I'm not saying that we don't have spinners. Hell, Monkey's a big spinner in the chat. K92 is a big spinner. Draco's a big spinner. Beep's a big spinner. We have a lot of spinners to come through. But DJ caters mostly to high-level players and spinners. That's who mostly follows his content. So I'm gonna be honest, he's right. Like, for the people that follow Ultimate DJ, he is completely right that the Fringy Whip is amazing. There's nothing wrong with that opinion, right? I personally don't like when events basically can't be completed without the whip. Like we had, you know, the event I did a video on 2 days ago, Monday, where you needed, well, I needed level 46, like 276 million points. And the only way to do that was to do that with the whip, or for me to literally have mined concentrated latinum for 15 hours. And I just wasn't going to do that. So, you know, it's okay to have multiple opinions, but, you know, just keeping it, context is always important, right? DJ's community is high levels and spenders mostly. So, I mean, it makes sense for him to have that. It's not like it's something crazy, right? Steve says, don't get me started about support. Our Admiral's inactive for 2+ months. The support told me twice now to ask again in a week, and this was after they recommended send the Admiral PM. I don't see the issue, Steven. Are you wanting them to just archive them? I mean, because they're not going to run the archive script specifically for one player, you know? It's just something we kind of have to like wait and sift through it. And the timing is kind of rough, Steven, because they actually ran that script a couple of months ago. So like whenever your Admiral apparently went active is like right after that process kind of started. So, but hey, I mean, if you want, I can try to look into it for you. You just got to shoot me a message and I will check it out. I will try to take a look at it. So You start agree with DJ. Keep in mind that would normally be an event that would put out only had a pay path. At least there's a non-pay path. See, I don't agree, David. 15 hours of work in a mobile game is not a free path. Even if you had a maxed out feature for your level with Eric, you're still talking 5 to 7 hours of work. David, I just don't agree. There's no argument that I will ever agree with that says a mobile game should take 5 to 7 hours to finish a single event. Absolutely not. Ever, 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 ever. I will never agree with that. This is a mobile game that we're playing for fun. It's not supposed to be literal job shift level of work. So again, that's just where I'm at. Now, I understand where people are coming from there. I don't agree that that should be something that we support as a community. I don't think that we should ever get to a point of acceptance and complacency almost, where we just like, hey, it is how it is. I don't think that that should ever be math that's supported in this game. But that's just how I feel, right? Like, I understand where it's coming from. I just vehemently disagree with it, right? Most people have one ficha, if they have a ficha at all. Most people have not maxed out their ficha, just like we knew that most people had not, or we learned that most people had not maxed out their Badar. So when it comes to the feedback that we should give as a player, it should be based on what the majority of players are. And it doesn't matter what Scopely thinks, and it doesn't matter what, a small percentage of players thinks. It needs to cater to everybody. So that's how the game should be. Graham says the Golden Rush was too difficult to achieve. I was only able to hit the first tier achievement. Couldn't mine 240 million points worth of Latinum. Same. There's a process to remove a sitting admiral. All right, Falcon, if you want to help him out, do that. I appreciate you. My 36 doesn't have a ficha yet. Devore's working on tier 9. Would take me 48 hours to mine the Latinum using Horizon with Ferengi crew. Yeah. So I just think that some of the scaling is off. And hey, all that we can do right is report that and hope that they listen. And sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. And that just kind of is how the cookie crumbles, to use that cliche that I haven't used in a while. So I figure we'll throw that one out there real quick. But anyway, that's kind of where I sit on it. I don't think that it's all necessarily like bad. Like, I'm not trying to just say, hey, we should burn the thing down. I'm just saying that you shouldn't have these events catering to more people, not less people, with an exception. I make an exception for 3 letters. David, I make an exception for 3 letters. If you put the letters, well, this is on SMS. My brain didn't work right. It's been a rough 48 hours. If you put heroic in front of that SMS, then I'm there with you and I'm okay. Then I'm okay with it. If you put heroic mining SMS, fine. Because you're telling me up front that I'm probably going to have to drop the O dinero to do it, right? Beyond that, no. So if you ran that mining event and you put heroic in front of it, I'll suck it up. But it was not a heroic. It was a regular SMS that was essentially not doable by the average Joe. Or Joe S. Or Joan. What do you call an average Joe, but you're trying to make it a feminine name? What would you typically use that? We're just calling it Jane. Maybe that works. Whatever. So Eric says 5 to 7 hours passive play is fine. I would agree with you if it required active play. It does require active play, Eric. Do you have a ficha that can hold several million concentrate Latinum at once? Because I don't. I don't consider 5 to 7 hours of monitoring a ficha every few minutes passive play. You don't have a ficha? Oh, don't worry, Glaric. You're not missing a ton, except for Latinum, which is important. So I guess you're missing Latinum. Joanne? Oh, yeah, that is a name. I don't know if I've ever met somebody in person named Joanne. Oh, no. I have met Jane, and my mother's name is Joan. So I have met those. I don't know if I've ever met a Joanne. If I do, I don't remember. Crazy life we live. Some people say everyone needs Gala on their bridge for Karmadas, but I thought you said, might have been a long time ago, that only need one person to Gala and it'll work for all. So if you're going against an uncommon Cardassian Armada, does not work against rares and epics, by the way, only uncommons, and you need at least 3. You need the leader to be like Pike, Moreau, Gala, and that Gala will then trickle down to everybody else, but you still need 3 more to guarantee that you're eliminating it. That meta still works for uncommons, no longer works at all for rares and epics. They changed that meta. So it still works for the uncommons if you're trying to go for the uncommon Cardassian Armadas. Will not work for the others, so something to keep in mind. So it's your second feature because of the event last week? Congrats, man. I am not. I mean, I'm not saying you shouldn't. I'm just saying, like, I already feel like I mine too much. I'm taking like this introspection. I will say, I'm not going to give y'all exactly what it said my main account was, but My main account was not a glorified miner. Ha ha! Yes, I wasn't called a glorified miner, so that's good. But I don't enjoy that part of the game, so I don't devote enough of extra time to it. A lot of my extra latinum comes from doing a ton of away missions, and I will do the Fisha every now and then, but usually it's OPC hunting. I'll take my Talios out and I'll hunt OPC Fishas, and that's how I actually do my Fisha turn-ins in the refinery. I know not everybody does that, but that's how I do it. So, Is there any public info about what the 5-year anniversary credits will be worth? There is not, Barnabas. No, there's not. Good question, though. Good question. Worldwide game. It's not rocket science to sort out prizes. Hey, look, maybe it is. You don't know. Have you ever studied rocket science? There could, in fact, be a chapter in your rocket science textbook about grand prizes held worldwide. You don't know. You don't know. Okay? You don't know. I feel you, though, buddy. I do. Monkey says, Rev, you do not mine. Liar, all you do is still OPC. I'm literally mining right now, Monkey. You can see it. I can't lie about it. You can see it. I'm literally mining crystal for that event, and I'm mining isogen. Why am I mining isogen? Because, well, that tree is good, and I really want to continue working on that tree. That tree is fantastic. I still love the territory tree, and what they've added to the territory tree, especially for you 5-star players, has really given a ton more value to it. So, what is a Ferengi Whip? Jay Wood. The Ferengi Whip is a new forbidden technology that must be purchased, but it is a new forbidden tech that gives a lot of buffs to mining. Particularly, it focuses on mining boost for concentrated latinum. If you go down, you also see that there's a cargo boost, a mining rate boost, so it increases your mining laser, as well as protected cargo. So this is the Ferengi Energy Whip that just came out this month. Extremely valuable if you want to win like that Mining Monday leaderboard or some of these events that have come out for mining. A lot of value. And in terms of, look, if I want to give one positive about the Ferengi Whip, because I know I've sounded very negative, I do believe that it needs a free-to-play path, you know, to get launched. But one positive I'll give to the Ferengi Whip, unlocking the Ferengi Whip in terms of a price point, it's $50. So I'm just saying, normally everything that comes out from Scopely Land is $100. If it's something new and it's good, it's $100. This is actually really good. Wrong way. It's actually really good, and it's $50. If I want to say something positive about Scopely for those who spin, this is a positively game, you know, improvement, changing, etc. purchase, and it's only $50 compared to the normal $100. So I've never said anything negative about how it works, because it is very good. I love it. I think it is extremely valuable to those who choose to buy it, and it is only $50. So I give credit to them for giving a price point that is not the same typical, hey, you're going to need this, fork over $100. So there's my positive rev on the Ferengi Whip. Now, am I going to buy it? No, I'm not personally going to buy it. But I will also tell you that there is value in it, especially with some of the events that we have now. And I've said it before. I said it on the video a couple days ago. You're not going to win Mining Monday anymore if you don't have the whip. You're just not. And as Evil Corsair says, and this is also true, the refinery update it provides is also really, really good. So it has a lot of value for $50, which is also one of the reasons I believe it needs a 6 to 12 month unlock path for everybody else. And that way people can buy it and get it now, or spend that $50 to be upgrading it. But I do think it needs an unlock path that is free to play grindable. But yeah, I mean, it has a lot of value for $50. I'm not going to spend it, but that doesn't mean it's not valuable. So Jay says they charge too much even at 50. We'll make it more affordable to the average Joe. We'll be honest, Jay, and I'm not trying to money shame you right now. They're not trying to go after the average Joe. The game makes as much money as it does because it caters to a very specific demographic. And as long as that demographic spins the way that they do, they'd make less money if they lower their price points. It's something that I've had to explain to players for a long time, because it's almost mind-boggling, right? Like, it's hard to believe that that's how they make so much money, but you just got to understand that there are people who will spend thousands of dollars in a day. Like in a single day, thousands. So until that stops, like until that level of player stops spending on these $100 packs at a consistent, rate, a very high tick, they would lose money if they lowered their price points for what all they're given. So it's we just have to wait and see how it kind of goes. I get you though, because I'm more in the $20 price pool. Like I'm a regular, middle class, maybe lower middle class. I don't know what part of middle class I'm actually in. Middle class guy here in the US. So I can afford to spend on the game, but I can't afford to spend thousands on the game. But that's just how Scopely makes a lot of their moolah, right? You haven't shamed Rev for his M score in a while. Thank you, Sugar Fat Man, for reminding the community of how they can shame the content creator. Very much appreciate it. Very much appreciate it. You're very fantastic. You're a wonderful human being. Wonderful human being. Only hardcore miners are going to go through the absolute slog that is using the whip every Monday, though. Well, that's the thing, Harvey, is it takes away. Look, I'm speaking kind of positive about the fringy whip here. It takes away a lot of the slog, right? One of the things about the whip is it takes away some of the slog. You don't have to do as much because of the whip. You don't even have to work as hard. And I mean, I guess it depends on how many people end up getting the whip. Like if you are on a server and like 40 people in your bracket all got the whip, then yeah, then you're gonna probably work harder. But yeah. Yeah, Pax says, wait, the whip gives an additional fire. Oh, see, now Pax is interested. Since I don't have it on this account, if somebody wants to shoot me a picture real quick, if you have it, talk in the refinery, feel free. I don't have it on this account, obviously. But like I said, my issue with the whip is that it is so good. I think it needs to have some level of unlocked path, as you work through it. And with more and more players getting into the 40s, I think that they should have the opportunity to go after it. But hey, Q, good to see you. Good to see you. I appreciate you, Q. How are you doing? What is up? By the way, Monkey, I see you in the chat. Do you happen to have that you can send a screenshot of? John says you can get a full week of max pulls in 10 minutes instead of 10 hours plus extra firing. Yeah, that's exactly what John says. There is value in it. I'm not trying to deny its value. I just simply think because it's so good, like literally it has so much value, it needs to have a path because it has eliminated other people from being able to ever win certain style of events. I don't think that's necessarily fair. I believe in pay to progress, not pay to win. So I think that it should be something where you pay to have it now and take advantage of it now, or you're paying to kind of upgrade it quicker versus just paying to have it at all. Is it level locked? It is, Jocelyn. It is level locked. The Ferengi whip is 40 and up, I believe. Let's see. Is that Shiatin? Yeah, Shiatin sent it. Okay, so let me grab this picture real quick. Thank you, Shiatin, for being forever helpful. Why? All right, just open the picture, you silly goose. All right, save. I'm gonna save it here. And what level is this, Shiatin? Like what level account that is? What level account is this? So that people can know exactly what they're getting. Thank you so much, Q, for the 199 super chat. I greatly appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you. It's very, 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 very kind of you, and I really appreciate you doing that. If y'all do want to support the channel, please feel free to look at the PayPal, Venmo, Cash App. It is not required, but people like myself are only able to work with Paradox for Star Trek Infinite, work with Scope for Star Trek Fleet Command, etc. Thanks to the amazing support of community members like y'all. So even if you just send $1, I promise I'll be extremely grateful. So thank you so much for even thinking about it, and thank you, Q. Okay, Shiatin, did you shoot me a message on the level? Just want to make sure that I have all that before I put this on the screen, but I am adding it to the screen right now. Browse, where's the picture? Right there. Give me just a second, y'all, while I make sure that this fits. So this is a tier 5 whip, and you said you're level 42. So here you go. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. You're 39, but I hit the ops button last month, but didn't rush it. You don't need to rush it, Jocelyn. Be you. You're amazing, Jocelyn. Don't let anybody else tell you otherwise. I believe that you're incredible. How do I know? I just do. I'm clairvoyant. Yeah, clairvoyant. Yeah. How about the Detroit Lions? Congrats on being 5-1. So, in addition to just the Ferengi whip being amazing, you also get this. You also get this. Hey, Pegasus, it's good to see you. Thanks for coming in. Where should my M score be before moving up from Ops 35? M score 50-ish. 50-ish. At the minimum 30-ish. 30-ish. M score 50 is about max for level 35. So, about max. Hey, Bo, it's good to see you. Yeah, the internet fighting with Comcast. And we are back up and going today. So I'm very grateful to be back up and going. Very grateful. So anyway, this is the refinery. So now I'm curious if Pax is still watching. If Pax is still watching, have you, because Pax was like adamant, I'm not buying it. Now that you see this pack, you're like, well, maybe. I'll be honest. I think that both sides of this are extremely valuable. But yeah, both sides are extremely valuable. In terms of like, is it better for mining? Is it better for the refinery? I think both are valuable. And again, this is why I think that it needs a free-to-play pack, because this is fantastic value for everybody. So I think everybody needs to be able to get it. Just it might take a while to unlock it, right? So how many tiers are there for the whip? 9. There are 9 tiers for the Ferengi whip. So don't worry about M score. Rev was very M low for a long time. I was. Yeah. The whip was useless to me. The refinery is worth it long term. See, look, I didn't even mean to, and I turned somebody into a spender. You're welcome, Scopely. Oh, sick of myself. How could I ever do it? But yeah, I mean, does it have value? It does, right? It does. And you got to make the decision on whether you want to go after it or not. And I'm doing my typical Rev thing where I'm fighting for it to get some level of free-to-play path because of how good it is. So it would be I don't know if I've used this word a lot lately. It would be disingenuous of me to basically condemn it on one side while having it over here. So, but I will never lie to the people. I'll tell you if it's valuable or not. Is the Ferengi whip valuable? Will it add a lot to your game? Absolutely. And I won't lie about it. Am I going to buy it? I'm not, because I do believe that everybody should have a route to it, even if that took 6 to 12 months, because it is that good, right? And as you see people in the chat noticing with the fragments, you're talking about being able to unlock free forbidden technologies down the road because of the rare and uncommon fragments it posts. So I am going to continue to argue that it has some level of path. But I mean, if you are looking to add value, like I see David says they just bought it. Marcus just bought it. I mean, and look, and that's just kind of how I am. I will never lie to y'all. I'll always be upfront and transparent. If something's good, I'm going to tell you it's good. I'm just going to gripe about it. Same thing I did with Carol Freeman. I griped about Carol Freeman. She's great. She resets the PvP meta. But I mean, there we go. You just max your M score at 35 with 68. Nice, Drew. Very good. Oh, Hooded says, you were the chosen one. Look, Obi-Wan would not want me to lie, okay? Obi-Wan would not want me to lie to you. I'm telling you the truth, and the truth is, there you go. And Brigadier just bought, oh my gosh, I've probably sold like a dozen or more whips. Just, oh, I should never brought it up. We should have just stayed talking about grand prizes and giveaways. Now I can't wait for somebody to slide in my DMs and say that Scopely paid me to do this. There's always that one person who's like, yeah, Scopely secretly did that to make Rev be a shill. Yeah. Providing all information to make a very informed decision. Yeah, and that's the goal, Pax. And, you know, I have an issue with several things, but I'll always try to shoot straight. But anyway, always try to shoot straight. My M score 28 is horrible. Level 38, that is pretty low. Somebody asked about what an M score is and how to see it. So simplest way is to actually just get out your Stella. So you can see I've got a Stella right here, tier 7, and you hit the upgrade button, and I'm in the way. 1 second. Let me move Rev's beautiful ginger fat body out the way. Bam. All right, so if you see over there, see where it says M, we call this the M score. All the M score does is it's simply denoting how much research you've completed in the Outlaw research tree. That's all it does. It's just telling you how many of the Stella specific research you've completed in the Outlaw tree. So if you were to go click this right over here, all that, see, it's 113 and 160. All it does is just take you to the Outlaw tree and shows you the next one that you can update that's going to affect the Stella. So it's just kind of something that we use as a barometer to see how far down the tree that you've gone. That's it. That's all it is. And you kind of, I do think that it has value to kind of know what a relative M score should be, because it kind of gives you an idea of where you should be in your research for that. But yeah, way to shill Ultimate Rev Z. Thank you, John. I appreciate you. Again, damn it. Love y'all. But damn it. My reputation is ruined. Oh. Yeah, but anyway, the Ferengi Whip is valuable. And, yeah, I might get it eventually. We'll see. I don't plan on getting it this month. I mean, I hadn't planned on getting it this month at all. And Scopely didn't give it to me. So we'll just keep waiting and seeing. And I'm hoping that they'll listen. And as soon as they say, I'll be honest, there are a few things that I will buy, right? And I've done this before. As soon as they're like, yeah, we're thinking about a free-to-play path, I'll be like, got it, cool, got my money. So you're supposed to bring balance to the force, not make people give. I didn't make nobody do anything, okay? I'll be very clear. I did not twist Brigadier Jones's arm. I did not. And by the way, because I know I cater to mostly free-to-play, but if y'all noticed on Mining Monday, the Fuchsia glass skin was added to the store based on y'all's request. So hopefully y'all saw it and bought it so that y'all can stop asking me to get the freaking glass thing back in the dang store. And if you didn't buy it, well, dang it, why did you ask me to go through all that work if you weren't going to buy it? Why did you do that? Why did you do that? Oh, man. I love y'all. I love y'all. All right, let me go ahead and do my refines before I forget about it. Let me do that. Tonight, we may or may not do some OPC hunting in token space. Yes! It's the best thing to do. OPC hunting in token space is amazing. It's incredible. I will never give it up. I will always do it on every account, every server, everywhere. I absolutely love it. It brings happiness to my life. It brings materials to me. Can we get your thoughts on Admiral Freeman since today is free to play on live for some people? What exactly do you want to know, Milo? Like, what exactly are you wanting to know about Freeman? Like, what do you want to know? I mean, you're asking for the crew. Admiral Freeman is captain, Honor Guard Wharf, Lorca. Or Honor Guard Wharf, Gorkon if you don't have Lorca. That's the crew. That's the crew. So, ooh, looks like Comcast is having some problems. Yay, come on, fix yourself, Comcast. Get back in the game, baby. Get back in the game. Oh. All right, it seems to be recovering. My baby Voyager lost twice to the 8472 hostile Ops 84. Any suggestions on a crew, not PMC or Strange New Worlds? Yeah. Well, Strange New Worlds would be a good one, but I know a lot of people were using 5 of 11 as captain, Gorkon and Khan. If you have Hugh below decks, you can then drop the Khan part of it and go with Kang. You would probably best set to hit me up and let me know what crews that you have, and we'll kind of go over that with you. Let me know what crews you have. So, what do you spend your multi-phase on? Typically nothing. Like I'll hoard them until something big comes around, and then usually it'll be a syndicate event. Usually, but I do have a. I don't do every syndicate event though. Oh, you're talking about Admiral Freeman. I thought we were talking about Carol Freeman. Okay, you're talking about Admiral Freeman. Different Freeman. Different Freeman. My bad. My brain, we were just talking about, or I had just brought up Carol Freeman, so my brain was on Carol Freeman. That's on me. Whoopsie doopsie on that one. You're talking about Admiral Freeman, who, like, I'll be honest, like, that one kind of frustrates me. The dude's literally an admiral, yet he's unfit to lead. That, I struggle to comprehend that. Like, as a Star Trek Fleet Command player, but also a Star Trek Fleet Command or Star Trek fan, it doesn't make any sense. How is an admiral of all people unfit to lead? But anyway, we'll pull him up here in just a second. Let me finish my refinery. We'll go take a look at it. So, we'll go see. What do you use to hit heavy traders in Kronos? Depends on what level you are and what ships you're using. Pike, Moreau, Talon, / Picard, Beverly, Cath, those type of loadouts are the most common. If you're a lower level player, you can use the old punch-up crew, which does still work. Not necessarily needed anymore. I would honestly say that's probably a little dated now at this point in the game, just because all these other things have come out. But Pike, Moreau, Talon / Picard, Beverly, Cath, Picard, Beverly, Talon, Pike, Moreau, Cath, etc. is going to be your primary versus hitting the heavies. So then let's go over here, hit this. Let me finish these refineries real quick. Get my Borg turned in. There we go. I need to go do uncommons again, apparently. I need to go do uncommons again, apparently. We do need to pull this. I've taken my Talios to its max tier, so I can finally start pulling independent credits again. I'm going to come down here and pull this for our Syndicate XP. Need to try to pull that every day. I do forget sometimes because, well, even though the game is my life, I don't want it to consume my life. Oh gosh, I definitely got to go do this with Voyager today. So we got to do some summoning with Voyager, and tonight, don't let me forget that I got to pull that. We'll see Forbidden Tech. Let's go ahead and do this one real quick. I'm not ignoring you, chat. Just trying to get through all these refineries before I forget. I need to get through all my refineries. So All right, that's that. And then the Gilded Pickle. We'll do our double pulls on the Gilded Pickle. I need to send the Gilded Pickle back out and get back to its grind. Let me go ahead and do that. Oh, we need to do a Gilded Pickle Armada tonight. Pokey, Pokey, thank you so much for being so helpful. Since I see that you're here, Pokey, I do need you to make sure that you've messaged the artist for the trading card game. And two, please don't let me forget that I need to do the automated shipyard tonight after we do all of our OPC hunting and token space that I know everybody wants to watch see happen because they're jealous that they don't do it themselves. They're jealous that they don't do it themselves. All right, let's go here. Now we said that we'd pull up Mr. Admiral Freeman. So sort by group. And we're going to scroll on down. Mr. Admiral Freeman, where are you? Right here. So Alonzo Freeman is going to give you a cargo bump as an officer. And I'll be honest, to me, he's not one that I'm really going to use on any of my loadouts. I could throw him below decks if I'm talking about on my Meridian or something. I don't even, honestly, not in my Meridian because I wouldn't ever go grinding FKR with my Meridian. Truthfully, he's not really one that I'm ever going to use. He's going to be like an away team officer. And really cool character in lower decks if you haven't watched it, but meh. He's meh. He's a cool character. I like him in the show, but I'm just never really going to ever use him. If you are grinding and you have a spot, like especially if you're one of those players that have unlocked like your tier 9 on your Enterprise, your Augur, you know, or tier 7 or 8-ish on, you know, a 4-star ship, you might have a spot at the end of your row you can throw them on for your rep grinding. But with the cargo just being such a small bonus, unless you've really tiered him up, he maxes out at, I'll pull it up and maybe put it up on the screen, but he maxes out at Freeman. He maxes out at a 55%. So to give an idea of what that actually translates to, if I open up the officer menu again, so like my Stans, sort by group, where's my miners real quick? So Stan, for example, he's giving me 40% already. I've already got the Borg doing the same thing. And then in the middle of that crew, I use 2 of 11, I think. And the 2 I use. Yeah. I mean, can you use him? Absolutely. Absolutely you can. But I think the only real value that he has is below deck to help with the rep grinding. And I will add that with G6 coming out at some point, we do expect even heavier rep grinding than you already have. If y'all are not aware, after you hit 1 billion, you've got to grind to 15 billion for the next lock. So officers like him that provide that. And remember, he's not the only one. We actually just had an officer come out earlier this year that did the same thing. Again, not many people remind this, but I told y'all, hey, as y'all level up, this officer is going to be more important. I actually remember saying in the video that y'all are going to be like, this officer doesn't really have any value to me. You don't really see the value in them now, but you will as it gets later on. Wrong one. Not, dang it. Why? I just talked about this and now my mind's blanking. Who was it? Crap. Who was it? Chad, help me. Who is it? Oh my gosh. I've done forgot. Oh no. Was it Galinar? It might have been Galinar. Who was it? Galinar? No. Yeah, officer right there. But that's not who I was talking about. Was it Harry Kim? Who was it? I think it was Harry Kim. It's below deck. Below deck. I said, hey, people are going to hate on this, but it's valuable. Was it Harry Kim? It was. Okay, so I was talking about Harry Kim's officer ability. Yeah. For grinding, I actually like Harry Kim's officer ability. EMH below decks helps as well. It's like if you're trying to go maximum rep grinding, Strange New Worlds is great, but you want to switch over to Voyager crew, Harry Kim on the bridge, EMH below decks, Admiral Freeman below decks, and you'll be using a level 46 ship. Or, yeah, a level 46 ship. So Pylum, Newton, Coronar. You want to combine all those percentages for your rep grinding. So Harry Kim on the bridge, then you want to have EMH below decks, then you want to have Admiral Freeman below decks, and you want to be on one of the 46 ships because the 46 ships do, in fact, give you a bonus, and those bonuses do work for rep grinding. So if I go over to, say, the Newton real quick, you'll pull up the Newton. You see that hostile loot bonus up there? That works for rep. So if I come out here, you'll see that my Pylum is tier 8. meaning that I get a 70% boost. So all these things add on top of each other to give you more and more and more and more and more rep grinding and more rep loot. And it is extremely valuable, extremely valuable. So there wasn't a Borg. You never see a fat Borg. Oh, Matt, you actually missed it. It was actually, in my opinion, one of the better stories that Star Trek Fleet Command has written. But in the story that they wrote, the Packlets wanted to be assimilated by the Borg. And if you play the mission, it's actually pretty hilarious. I think it was really well done how the Packlets managed to get assimilated by the Borg. So yeah, Borg Galinar is an assimilated Packlet. I thought it was actually one of the better written stories in this game. And that's why you have a Borg Packlet. That's why. I'm doing that now, Rev, and getting 150,000 per level or per 50 trader. Nice. Very nice. Very nice. That was a big boy. Oh, yeah. You haven't seen Galinar before? Yeah, it's actually, look, I give credit to Scopely on that one. The story team did a fantastic job with that. Well, what month was that, y'all? It was the beginning of the year. It might have been February. But Borg Galinar has a fantastic storyline, and he's a big boy. He's a chunky, but he's a Packlet. And he wanted to get assimilated by the Borg. You might think the term Borg Packlet is an oxymoron, and you would be correct. The Borg never had any intention of assimilating Packlets, a race who creates nothing, relying on technology stolen from other civilizations, cannot help the Borg in their quest for perfection. Anything the Packlets might have to offer, the Borg already have. Yet, here Galinar stands. One of the first Borg of his kind. Even more surprising is the fact that Galinar sought out the Borg. Perhaps he did not fully understand the reality of assimilation, or perhaps the Packlet had a plan to infiltrate the Borg in order to gain access to their technology. A plan that hinged on building a big shiny ship to prove their worth to the Borg. A plan that was, unsurprisingly, a failure. Instead of being accepted by the Borg, Galinar was turned away time and time again until he and his crew decided to cut their losses and face the Borg directly. If you can't join them, steal from them. The Packlets now posed a threat to the Borg. Their raid was unceremoniously squashed and their entire crew was assimilated. Thus, the collective embraced Species 94012 as one of its own and took one step forward in its quest for perfection and 2 steps back. Thank you, Hank, for signing to support the channel. But the Galinar story, if you ever played the missions, is actually, I would actually put it right at the top of like one of the best things Star Trek Fleet Command has ever done in the game. If you like lore, it's really good. So yeah, that's how you got a Borg Packlet. That story is just kind of like the summary of the missions. It was really, really fun. And you know, yeah. Anyway, there's been a very positive episode for Scopely today. Scopely's very happy with Rev today. Rev's over here making him money. Rev's over here. Rev's over here telling the stories are great. But it really was a good story. It really was. So, Gene says, I don't read any stories in the game. Hey, Shadow Berserker. Shadow Berserker apparently wants to come say hey, or he's waiting for me to go OPC. So, shout out Shadow Berserker. You love your Galinar, use them in your Stranger World crew for Borg and Mantis Grind. There you go. That's great. Yeah, I mean, normally I would have him for my Mantis Grind because he increases your Borg loot and your Actian loot. I just haven't had him lately, so. You like the story of this game? Thanks for sharing. You're welcome, Matt. You're absolutely welcome. Yeah. Even though we have negative moments, there are some really cool, beautiful things in this game. There really are. So, there are some really cool things in this game. I mean, at its core, it is still Star Trek, and there are definitely the lower decks missions, the Galinar missions, are some of the best, you know, stories here. And we talked about before, but you know, the game is at like, what is it? Over 3,000 missions in the game now? Well over 3,000 actually. So pretty crazy, pretty cool, pretty crazy, pretty cool. So. Love anything the Packers show up in Lower Decks. Always hilarious. Lower Decks is a fantastic show in my opinion. It really is. I think it's a fantastic show. Rev, was there a time when you could build a Borg cube? There was never a time in Star Trek Fleet Command where you could build a Borg cube. No. Never been a time where you could build a Borg cube. All right. Sorry, I got like a burp stuck in my throat. I don't want to put it in y'all's ear, so apologies. They changed the milestones for the Gold Rush event. I'm sure I was nearly finished, found out I was nowhere near. Nope. They kept it the same the entire time. There's been no change that I noticed, but I did have a whole internet snafu issue this week, so if I missed something, chat, feel free to correct me. You've completed 3,200 missions, MB. I think I'll pull up mine in just a second. You'll see it tomorrow when I play my video on the Legacy Reel, but yeah. You're going to wonder tomorrow why I'm wearing different clothes in the beginning of the Legacy Reel versus the end. Answer is Comcast. The answer is Comcast. Yeah, as I was doing all my recording, they hit the kill switch button. All right, let me go ahead and hit this turn in. Ship parts, please, please, please. Oh, come on. Oh, I need Uncommon, Explorer, and Interceptor. And what do I not get? Either of those. I don't get either of them. Thank you, Scopely, you amazing, wonderful company. Needless to figure out how to make the Borg spaghetti cube. Look, here's all the time. You need to calm down. Ooh. Ooh, 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 ooh. The frame claim. I didn't even realize I hit it. Yes. Yep. Yep, absolutely. Yep, absolutely. You got me. You got me. I didn't even realize I could pull that. Yo, okay. I love my Eyes of Galron, but we're about to change it up. Yes, I do care about this. I really do. All right, so frames. I love animated frames, and I've always wanted this one. Equip the Borjoran wormhole. Now we got to find something I can actually see the wormhole. Franklin A looks pretty good. Spot actually looks kind of good in it. Who else looks good? It is getting Halloween time, so I've got my animated Halloween one from 2 years ago, but it doesn't really match. But it is animated, and it's got a our dagger in it. What else can I throw up there? That's off center. Doesn't really look good. Meh. A wormhole inside of a worm. It's Wormception. It's Wormception. It actually does kind of look cool. I wish it was a little bit more of the activity there. That does look kind of cool. Voyager. Nope. Silver-blooded Voyager. Meh. Pickle. Pickle doesn't look bad. The Pickle doesn't look bad. What about Jadzia Dax? She's beautiful. Maybe. 8-bit Enterprise, no. And yes, I am making y'all watch as I try to figure this out. I'm so sorry. It's a terrible content. This is very terrible content. I apologize. Sorry, y'all. Baseball? Why has it got to be off center? I could go Bajoran themed. Ooh, yeah. I want to be a butt. I'm going to rep Cardassia and the wormhole. Oh, yeah. Oh, Golden O'Brien is another good suggestion. Nah, because he's got that background and it kind of kills it. Oh, no. We're going to rep. That one's tough, man. Going evil with the Cardassians and the wormhole. What about Baitor? She's beautiful. Una. I mean, that looks cool. Dixon Hill. I mean, that looks kind of cool, too. Level 31 here. I'm doing pretty good with the maxed out Vidar. Slowly going back with Sally. Thanks for the walkthrough. You're welcome. I'm glad you're having a good time in the game. That's what we love to hear. I think that's kind of the obvious one, but to me, it's almost too obvious, but we'll do it for now. I really can't decide, and I don't want to make y'all sit through 5 minutes of me picking out an avatar in a frame. I realize that I'm in the minority of people who care about that stuff, but I really do. Like, I love a lot of the avatars and frames. All right, so I'm going to upgrade my Q's trial building. So for those curious, I always recommend upgrading the Q's trial building as soon as you can, the Court of Q, because it increases the amount of proto-matter rewards you get for each time you beat one of the Q's trials. So I always recommend it because now it's got another 8% worth of rewards, and that does add up. All this is good too, the critical hit damage, the reduction, etc. That's fine, but I want more rewards, and I'm currently at 22 trying to level this bad boy up so we can get to the next set of trials. I'm also going to start and working on our armory, taking it to the next level. What's my M score? It's at 113. 113. Still sporting the Borg Queen with hearts in memory of Annie Warshing. That's beautiful, Ryan. That really is. I hate that she passed away so early, but I think she made a great Borg Queen. Yeah. You really go for a pickle right now? Thank you for the reminder, Ben. I actually need to send my pickle back out so it can return to grinding. We need to send my pickle back out. So, pickle, I choose you. Head on out here, baby. Come on, pickle. I choose you. I can't beat any more of the Q's trials. They're bigger than my ship. So what you do, Matt, is if you can't beat any more, replay old ones every day. So I can obviously beat, like I've beat the 2-star trials and I can't get to the 3 stars yet because I need Court of Q25. But if you get stuck, unless you're stuck in like the 1 stars, but like if you're stuck in the 2 stars, if you've completed one, rerun it because you want to get these rewards every day, no matter what. So you want to run your Q's trial 3 times. So you want to ring that bell 3 times a day. But if you can, even if it's running an old one, go and beat these. Go and beat these so that you can get more proto matter. Do I watch Masked Singer? No, I do not. No, I do not. I do not watch I don't really watch TV, y'all. I work and I work and then I work some more. That's what Rev does. That's what Rev does. I do watch Star Trek and Star Wars, but like I've watched the Ahsoka series and I'm watching this most recent season of Star Trek Lower Decks because I'm behind on Star Trek, but I don't really watch TV. You didn't know that, Brandon? Oh man, Brandon. Well, now you do. Now you do. So you want to launch your 3 every day, no matter what. But if you go back, if you can't beat where you're at, say you were stuck halfway through this one, go back to what you've beat and rerun these because you're going to get the proto matter, but you're going to get the proto matter. This is the base amount. So you take this proto matter and you're going to multiply it by the building, which is why I say upgrade it. So I actually would multiply that 80 by 1.56. That's how much I'm going to get. That's how much I'm going to get. So even if you can't beat where you're currently at, if you can go do the old ones, replay them just to continue to get proto matter. Just to get proto matter. This is why I don't just launch. I try to beat them 3 times a day because I want the proto matter. The proto matter you need to upgrade Forbidden Text, obviously, for those events and everything, but also because you come in here, there is a way to get more of the Emblem of Assessments to let you upgrade the building faster. So, now you know! This is why y'all come to content creators, because this is why I don't watch TV, so I have time to memorize all this dumb stuff that I won't probably be using in 10 years. So, oh man. Good, because you're stuck on Q's and stop doing it. Well, now you can have a reason to get back at it, Jocelyn. I believe in you. I told you an hour ago I believed in you, and I meant it then, and I mean it now. Does Hugh work on Q's trials? He absolutely does, Ryan. Yep. Yep. He does. Absolutely. All right, let me go ahead and start collecting all these now and finish my dailies. I don't think I've actually done my dailies in 2 days. It's Comcast. I could do it on my phone. I've been too stressed. So everybody's allowed to have mental health issues. All right. I don't really watch TV, says Star Trek superfan. Well, I mean, let's just be honest, Hooded. Star Trek's not on TV. Star Trek's on streaming services, right? So yeah, I don't watch TV. I have streaming services though. I don't have cable TV that I sit down and watch at 7 p.m. and my shows are on, which is what my parents used to do. And I don't know if my generation or the generations after me will ever do that again. I don't. Maybe, but there is no more like, hey, my shows are on. I've got to be somewhere at 8 o'clock. That doesn't exist anymore. Yeah, Tau does not work on Q's trials. Correct, Hooded. Correct. You get a priority list for transport pattern officers? 10D, 6 of 11. They're the number 1. 10D and 6 of 11. Does 5 of 11 work towards rep gain? Yes. 5 of 11 does improve your rep gain. Absolutely. Absolutely. All right, let's get our away teams in. Ooh, criticals. We love criticals. We love criticals. We love criticals. All right, so Hands, I'll definitely take a look at your DM. Are you excited for Prodigy coming to Netflix? I am. I actually am very excited because my kids are going to have more access to it and other kids are going to have more access to it, and I think that's fantastic. I'm very excited about that. You never beat the 1-star Q's trials because you're too low, so I can't repeat any missions. Well, if that's the case, Ethan, then nothing else. You can still relaunch it 3 times a day to make sure you're doing your daily, right? So if you are stuck where you can't even beat the 1-stars, you can at least launch it 3 times a day to beat the daily. So I would recommend doing at least that. At least that. Let me go ahead and get all this started. We're going to start working on these. I need to just go ahead and max these out. I haven't yet, but I really, really do need to. All right, Impulse. Let me go do upgrade Kirk real quick. All right. I'm going to do 2 levels. I'm going to back out. So it was at 77%, and now it should be a little bit higher. There's a survivor, Nero. Get your little butt up there. And then impulsive, it went up to 85%. So I got another 8% out of that. Ever think there will be a forbidden tech that pulls in ships like a tractor beam to auto rep and parts grind? Honestly, probably not. I mean, there's no way for me to say for sure no, but I mean, like, if I had to give my opinion on would that happen, probably not. Probably not. It could. I'd like it. I think it'd be cool, but probably not. I'm 7 building levels away from the tier 3 trials. The grind is yuck, typical Scopely. I'm a little bit closer than that, Gradumacated, so I think you need to make sure that you're doing what I was talking about, is beating those old ones if you can, to make sure that you're getting more proto matter every day. You want to try to get proto matter every day so that you can do that refinery turn in, at least to the single one, and try to get as many of those little badges as you can, so that you can try to level up as quickly as possible on that building. I'm gonna get all these in. There we go. Mitchell, he's a good little away team officer. If you didn't know, Mitchell's a good away team officer. And I do every 4, 8, 12, and I will also, hold on, do attack. There we go. But I'll also do my rainbows and every 4, 8, 12 on away teams. And wow, I'm actually going to be able to do every away team. This is actually pretty rare. I never have every away team available. Let's put you there. Where do I get Epic Fleet Commander creds? Level 50 plus, Gnaz. Level 50 plus. Yeah, or level 51 plus, actually. Level 51 plus for the epics. Attack. There we go. I've been doing that, just haven't prioritized. It's just so slow. I feel you. I mean, it's the same reason that my command center is not at the top either. So, let's see if I've got any. I don't have any inventor, miner. Oh, I've already used Barrett somewhere. And do I have any more engineers? I have Jordy. So, got that. And let's go by defense. And wow, I've got every away team running right now. It's very rare for me to have every away team running. Very rare. I didn't know you could go back and defeat all trials for additional proto matter. I've been launching every day to complete the daily, but that's it. Well, now you know, Jeff. And I try to be as helpful as I can as a content creator. And it's good to know that I still have things I can teach you. Every now and then, Rev can teach you a thing or two. Every now and then, right? By the way, I want to say a big thank you again to Q, who supported earlier. And also, Big Papa Pump. Dude, big shout out to Big Papa Pump, who just donated to support me and the kids this month. Thank you so much, Big Papa Pump. Holy crap. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That's extremely generous. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much, Big Papa Pump. It's very, very kind of you. I'll remind me, Pokey, remind me to put that in. So, anyway, remind me to put that in. Thank you so much, Big Papa Pump. I wish it was Twitch. I have like an alert that pops up, but thank you so much. What is with that? You get a max chance. You should be able to get. What are you talking about? Just wondering where the logic of Scopely when you max 60% for your away team missions and you sometimes still don't get crits every time. Well, it's because it's a 60% chance. Now, some away teams you can basically 100% them. Some you can't. And it depends on the specific away team. What was this one? What was that mission? Hold on. Violence with violence. What is this? Oh, PvP and PvE. Oh, so I can either kill 150 hostiles or defeat one player. Guess what Rev is doing tonight? Doing a little ESPN there. We're going to be OPC hunting tonight, so we're going to finish this tonight. Violence with violence. And I didn't do this yesterday. Stupid Comcast. Stupid Comcast. I'm going to miss out on... I mean, I don't really care. I'm going to miss out on that. But I do need to go and check how much I can do in my event store. I need gas the most. I can do one double pull. And no officer shards, but 1,100 uncommon 4-star gas I'll take. And the Latinum I've been getting has actually been pretty nice from this too. I'm getting some good Latinum. Did you like the Legacy Reel? I love the Legacy Reel, Rich. It was supposed to be my video yesterday before Comcast was awful. But I'm planning on having that video come out tomorrow. But yes, I do like the Legacy Reel. I think it's a really cool thing that they did for the community. And yeah, I do like it. I do like it. Tempting, but I'm not going to do it. Tempting, but I'm not going to do it. Territory battles too, given the territory event. Yeah, I don't know when my next... I'm going to have to check my alliance. I don't know if Iron Fister or Beowulf or any of my alliance are in the chat at the moment. I need to check. I need to check when my next territory is. I've actually been... I'll say this, like, I know not everybody's excited about the territory stuff, but it's made me more active in territory. I'll tell you this, my Admiral is a hell of a lot happier with my participation in territories because of this event. I'll tell you that. So I've been much more active in our territory battles. I've completed every Trailblazer event. So the 2 previous ones I've completed. And as you can see here, I haven't done the 3rd one, but I've been pushing along. And that reminds me, by the way, following up about PC, PP. I've been trying to get Scopa to let me give away some of these battle passes, these territory battle passes. I'm just trying to follow back up on it right now. Seeing it reminded me, so I'm trying to reach out to him about that. I know you aren't a big fan of the new PvP crew, but I'm punching up huge. And at the minute, my legacy reel set up on PvP Destroyer. Really cool, Will. I'm happy for you. That's awesome. We have territory defense right now. Wait, I don't, right? It's just you. I don't have one, right? Yeah, okay. Woof. Gosh, don't scare me like that. Don't scare me like that. Ugh. Did you see that scoring for the event by working between... What do you mean, Artelite? Because you can just leave your ships in it and then timer runs out and you get credit. As long as you don't get destroyed. The arc has been boring, same stuff over and over. Well, yeah, Dr. Boom, that's every MMO. I mean, like, you be playing Diablo and you're still doing the same dungeons over and over. I would actually argue this month has a little bit of variance because of the TC change. I mean, territory, if you saw my maps in the past few months, right? All of the accounts that I play on. So I play actively every week on 4 accounts. I play every day on 2 to 3 accounts. All the territories have shifted. Now, that doesn't mean that every server has experienced that, but we have completely shifted all the territories here. I think Terra is the only one that has the same territory. They went and retook the same thing they have, but everything else has changed. On my high level account, it's changed. On my low level account, it's changed. There's definitely been more activity here, and people have been more active in TC. So, how come you don't collect your battle pass rewards? Oh, hell yes. So there's 2 reasons. Number 1 is I like to save them for when a syndicate event comes around, because both of these have syndicate payouts. So you see, I've got this month's battle pass right here. I love the syndicate payouts to help try to on that event. But the truth, the main reason why I don't, honest to God, is because I love seeing all the resources come at me at once. I love it. Like, it makes me feel better about all the work all month long, all work long, to see all the rewards hit at once. It really, like, it feels like it validates the time I put into doing the grind to see it all happen at once. There's nothing, I'm not saying it's the right or a wrong way, but that's why I do it. So I tend to just save it all, and just the biggest reason is I want at the end, when I'm done with that overflow, I want to click that button and everything smack me in the face and go, wow, this month was good because I was able to do that. That's why I like to hold off on it. It just it gives me like a little endorphin kick at the end of the month. Gives me a little endorphin kick at the end of the month. What's the best solo Armada cruise these days? I generally have good mitigation, but 2/3 of my ships die. I mean, you got 5-6 con, you've got the Cisco crew, which can be Cisco Miles, Changeling Kira if you want, or it can be Cisco Miles Lorca. And then you've got the Voyager crew with Chakotay, Janeway, and Tom Paris, or Chakotay, Janeway, EMH. And, you know, those are probably the big 3. You got 5-6 con, then you've got the DS9 crew, and then the Voyager crew. Buzz says no real change for us. Same alliances have territory. Same alliances have no territory. Yeah, but I mean, it moves around, right? I mean, not every alliance in the game is going to have territory. It's generally going to be between 15 and 20 alliances have territory. You know, it's if you're a low level alliance, you're going to struggle to get territory. So, I think the August arc was good with the event store. You're able to make progress. I mean, I love the Dabo wheel that we have this month. I'm always a fan of the Dabo style. I like the Dabo style events. All right, we got to repair our pickle now, and then we're going to send it right back out. So, because it's not even the rare, it's the common one that I'm constantly having to like go get more of. The common one is the big one for me. Hey, what's up, Obi? How you doing? Good to see you. Good to see you, Obi. So we're going to send this right back on out. and then collect our battle pass winnings. Chakotay 7 Doc is your favorite Voyager crew. It's a real good one, Jerry. It's a real good one. I know a lot of people don't have either Chakotay or 7 of 9, but they are in the treasury, both Chakotay and 7 of 9. And Odo is really good too, by the way, for your critical builds. Odo is really good for your critical builds. I don't really care as much for the officer ability, but the below deck ability, which is just a pure increase to critical hit damage. If I was closer to unlocking Odo, I would actually use this. But because I'm 60 away or 59 away, I'm not. But if I was closer, I would absolutely go after this one because the officers, I think, are good officers. I think they're good officers. Which that reminds me, can I do any? Oh, I gotta go do Forbidden Tech. I am way behind on my forbidden technologies and I can't do any pulls. So I'll have to try to reach out to my alliance and see if they're available to do any of those. So yeah, and how close am I to upgrading the building? I'm at 40 now and I'm all right, so I've got to catch up. I have not done forbidden techs in a while. So I'll try to see if my alliance will do some with me today. Odo has some good health stats once tiered up. He does, but I think more importantly, he really helps the critical builds. And I think that's something that he has a lot of value and is really boosting up those critical builds. So not that you're wrong, I'm just saying that that's my personal favorite thing about his builds is the critical boost. I'm gonna come down here and I turn in my messages because I did do the Borg stuff. Yo, George, thank you so much for supporting the channel. Sign up to support the commander. Thank you so much. It's extremely kind of you. People like me can't do what we do without people like you. So thank you, George. I really do appreciate it. Shout out. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You can now use the emotes. You got the fancy, color next to your name, and you have my very profuse thanks. Thank you so much. You pulled the treasury this month since it made tier 2 Chakotay. See, Kala, I'm jealous. I really am. I'm very jealous. I come over here. If y'all missed how I'm able to have all these faction messages, by the way, y'all need to go watch the video about summoning in Dairy Queen Borg Space. That is how I'm doing all this that you see. Dairy Queen Borg Space video, which I put out last week. Yeah, I was shocked how many people still didn't know about that. So if you haven't seen it, go see it. Go watch it. Oh, there's Galinar, by the way. Oh, he's not really doing anything over here, but he's here. Hey, Galinar, good to see you. All right, we got to go over here and do our summoning for our Voyager. Again, George, thank you. I really do appreciate it. I'm in the EU servers, and 95% sure that Chakotay wasn't in it, but could be wrong. It should be the same for every server. Oh, Will. Every server should have the same offer when it comes to the treasury. I don't believe that they set up any differences. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure they don't. Pretty sure they don't. Artifacts, not FT, you silly goose. Oh, was I saying FTs? Yeah, whatever. I need to upgrade my artifact building. I need to go do more, whatever those armadas are called, okay? Your words are hard. No, nobody ever said I was a wordsmith, all right? Nobody. Shaming me all the time. What's the best system for plunder cargo? Doesn't matter, Adam. All the plunder cargo systems pay out the same. So you're just looking for the traders in these systems. The traders in these systems. You're on the EU and have them. Thank you, Mihai. Thank you. Hey, Pierre. Look here, Kevin. Don't ... me. Okay? I don't know who you think you are. Don't ... me. Okay? Look here. I know where you live. You live on Earth. And I will find you with the internet. And I will come to your house and I will put a flaming bag of poop on your door or your apartment or whatever it is that you live in. Okay? You hear me? This is a threat of inconvenience. I will not hurt you. And I will not intimidate you, but I will inconvenience your life in some way. Behave yourself. Behave yourself. I will inconvenience your life in some way. You gotta be very careful what you say on the internet now, Matthew. You gotta be very careful with your threats. You gotta be very careful. Oh, man. If you know your legacy role, I have. It will be in tomorrow's video, Marcin. In tomorrow's video. All my alliance does is keep waiting for events to do rare formation armadas. I understand rewards are good, but it's not that we don't do them at all. Yeah, I would keep doing them. Mine will do them as long as I suggest it. So. You did a ... Didn't mean to. You drive 4 hours southeast and you'll find me. Okay, will do, Kevin. I'm just messing with you, by the way, if you can't tell. My life is nothing but a joke. I mean, I say nothing but jokes. I do a lot of jokes. You're done? Oh, hey, Rick. Congrats on being done. Is it with the laundry? Were you cooking some like really good spaghetti? Congrats on completion. Whatever it is you completed, I'm very proud of you. Good job. Good job, Rick. Good job. All right. Flaming poo is very good. I know, Edward. Have you ever stomped a flaming poo bag? I've not, but I've seen it in the movies and it looks terrible. Imagine having fiery hot poo on your shoe and on your floor. It sounds terrible. It sounds absolutely awful. Very inconvenient. Very inconvenient, Edward. I'm very confident that it is inconvenient. So that's the plan. I know Scobie maybe won't listen, but can they please add more officers in transport pattern? So the current idea is, Will, they're adding transporter pattern officers about every 6 months. They're adding some in. So they just added some in here recently with 10D and others, and they actually added in more than they've ever done before. So they are doing that. They just do it at about every 6-ish months. So twice a year, they'll add in some more. And we just had LaForge, Troy, Picard, Barkley, 4 of 11, and Devonna 10D added in this last go. So don't forget to smash that like button. Yes, if you want to support the channel, hit the like button and do exclamation point donate. So hey, what's up, Real Tracer? How are you doing? Is there a flaming poop emoji in the Discord? Possibly, Kevin. Maybe we'll get one made if we don't have one, though. We'll get it made. Been waiting for them to add 5 of 11 to TP since they added 6 of 11. So I was actually talking with one of the devs about that, and one of the first ones that we recommended was 5 of 11 going on 2 years ago. And it's not that they're not open to it, they are, but there's like a priority list there, and it never makes it to the top. But I will continue to ask about it. I know it's probably one of the most requested officers to go in the TPs. So if I take a Newton with the Freeman PP crew against a pilot with the same crew, will I lose because the battle triangle, even though I'm 13 mil higher? Honestly, the biggest thing with the Freeman crew, firing pattern matters. So keep in mind that your Newton's firing pattern comes in play here. The Pilum has a superior one, but a lot of times it's also who attacks first plays into that as well. So, but the one thing that I hate the most about that new crew is generally fights last 1 round, maybe 2. And whoever gets the first shots off first is typically going to win. Yeah. Might be an idea to ask the players to vote. We actually did that before, Will. Not that I'm trying to like dissuade you, but I actually did a poll for that a couple years ago. And that's how I actually made the recommendations to Scopely. We could do another one, though. There's nothing wrong with doing more. I do really like the officers they just added in a few months ago, though. I think that the ones they added in by giving sourcing to Picard, giving Tindy an easy max path, I thought was a really good move by them. So I think that they have done some good in that regard. But let's go push all these through. All right. Yeah, I'm Ops 29, Max Vidar, Tier 6 Franklin, no buildings upgrade, etc. Should go to 30. Yeah, I mean, honestly, you're almost ready to push to 35. You're doing fantastic. Where's your Stella at? Where is your Stella at? Let me know your Stella capabilities. But I mean, you sound like a really good Ops 29, G-Child. You sound like a very stout, very well done Ops 29. So I'll let chat kind of like chime in there, but you sound like you're doing a really good job. And you are right, Adrian. I did, in fact, have a survey about that, but it's been a couple years, right? I mean, and we're always meeting new players here in the game. The game's always launching new servers. So, you know, just because I did something a year ago, 2 years ago, doesn't mean that it applies to everybody today. So it's not a bad idea to do another. You know, I do need to give y'all a video on the surveys y'all been doing. Thank y'all, by the way. This past month was the most feedback we've ever gotten for a single month. Most participants we've ever had in a survey. So we'll be having that as like a quarterly review thing coming up here soon. I don't want to know your Stella level. Yes, I do, King. I do. Does impulse speed affect who attacks first, or is it just who hits the attack buffers? The impulse speed only affects how fast you fly in the system. That's it. It only affects how fast you fly in the system. Make sure you have PMC before 30. I would recommend that. At least having Pike unlocked and Chin maxed before going 30 plus. It's a good note there, Kevin. I would recommend having Chin maxed. And before anybody says, oh, but that's so hard. My level 15 account on server 97 already has Chin at tier 4.5. So I don't want to hear anything about, oh, that's difficult to do, Rev. That's not very, yes, it is. Do it. Shut up, Spend all your latinum on standard recruits and do it. Just do it. Do it. Do it. Do it, Anakin. Anyway, wrong franchise. Is there any other way Scope is thinking to release the pickle in the near future? The only additional way that I'm currently aware of is the potential for it to be added into event stores when we have our big event stores every 3 or 4 months. So, yeah. I wish they'd improve Curon sourcing. 4-star rare Armada credit pools and ultra tokens for cruising bad. I know transporter patterns are only for epics. Please add with a premium recruit. To Abraham, why are you wanting Curon? I'm curious. Not that I'm saying you shouldn't, but I'm curious why you're wanting Curon. Are you willing to share your logic and reasoning? I would love to hear it. I would love to hear. What do you want? Are you wanting him for speed crew or? Yeah. I did once correctly understand you. Faction credits approximately until level 29. Best used afterwards for VPs. Oh, for officers? Yes, Pierre. If that's what you're asking. If you're asking, do I think that it should basically be used for officers throughout the 10s and 20s? Yes. 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 All right. I'm still camped at 39. The only thing I need is the ISS jelly for moving on. Yay. Hey, Hank, you're doing great, man. It's always good when you hit me up with updates to your account. I get to see how you're progressing. I think that's really cool. So, but yeah, get you that ISS jelly. Do you have an alliance that has the territory? That could help speed up the process a little bit. And then obviously your Armada pulls. Huron is part of the new Terrorizing Speed Crew. I wouldn't say new hooded one. That one's been out for over a year now with Claw, Huron, and Una. But you're doing it for the Impulse events. That makes sense for the race. That makes sense. Can we ever get transporter power store sourcing for rare officers? It's been asked before. Short answer is probably not, because they feel like it would really convolute and junk up sourcing, but or it would add a lot to the transporter menu. I personally would like that, but every time I've suggested it, they've never said no, but they've said, we're not sure, right? Yeah. Didn't buy the Ferengi Whip, but managed to complete the event. Nice, Stefan. We actually had a very long chat about the Ferengi Whip earlier in the show today. And obviously the show gets posted on YouTube afterwards, so if y'all missed any part of it, you can always go back and watch it. Also want to give a huge thank you to Hank. Hank just donated to support me and my children. He specifically said, please no flaming bags of poop. Signed, Hank. I promise not. I promise no flaming bags of poop for you. At least today, Hank. At least today. You've paid your protection money today. We'll see how you are tomorrow. Just got to Ops 40. How long should I stay here? You should go to 42. I never suggest just sitting at Ops 40. I never suggest sitting at Ops 40. We actually did a video, what's it been, about a month, where me and other content creators all gave it a complete guide. It's in my Discord. I know I plug the Discord all the dang time, but that's because it's the biggest place we have. There's like 25,000 people in my Discord. But the documents in the Discord and the documents in the comments section of the video I made, but we actually talk about where to camp all the way from level 1 to level 60. I never recommend sitting at 40. Just go ahead and move on up. Yo, Ripper! Ripper, Ripper, Ripper. How come you haven't made me any Star Trek Infinite mods, man? Come play Infinite with me. Stop doing other things. Your life is not more important than our game time together. Not more important than our game time together. Hey, Yellow, good to see you. The whip is the only FT I would consider buying because of how good its refinery is. I love its refinery, and I love its ability to dominate events. So it does have value. Yeah. Does have value. 3-star mass would be nice if Scopely would loosen up and update the refinery. Any free play tips for getting them? They have done that, Backyard. I'm not sure what specifically you're referring to, but they did increase how much the 3-star refinery pays out. And they also got a lot of events that pay out a lot. I'm not saying that it's easy. It's never been to be easy because there has to be a pain point for you to ever consider spending. But I don't want to hear how I'm always busy, Ripper. Look here. You're always busy. You're always busy. Stop it. Don't try to pull that excuse. You're out hanging with your other friends like Wardot and DJ and everything. Don't you try to gaslight me, sir. You Germans, no sense of humor and way too much gaslighting. It's terrible. It's absolutely awful. How dare you? How dare you? Love you. Love you. Ich liebe dich. Ich liebe dich. We'll go ahead and finish this up. Rev vs. Rip, stream it. I mean, sure. No. You screw around in mini crews where I want extra speed, use it on the Stella for hostile grinding. Oh, wow. I never actually see somebody use it on the Stella, but you know, there's logic there. You know, if you're trying to make the speed or the grind go faster, speed's obviously the way to do it. Where is the whip refinery? Well, it's in the... Are you asking, do you have the whip, Brigadier Jones? And if you just unlocked it, you might have to wait till a reset for any options to appear. Didn't you say you just got it earlier? Gaslight yourself all the time. You don't even try. Okay, Ripper's about to make me like call him out because I message Ripper first every time. This is how I know I'm in a toxic relationship with Ripper. Because if we go to our DMs, I'm the one messaging him first every single time. Like the most recent conversation was 3 days ago where he had introduced me to another content creator he was a British guy who moved to Germany, and he makes hilarious like TikToks and YouTube shorts about living in Germany. And I sent him multiple clips. I started that conversation. Let's see, let's scroll back to the one before that. Oh, I started that conversation. Oh, let me do the one before that. Oh, I started that conversation. Look here, you toxic man. I started the one before that. Oh, here's one where you didn't even respond to me. Oh, yeah, let's just keep scrolling. Look at all those conversations that Ripper doesn't start. Huh? Y'all got to know that I'm only messing with him because I'm actually his friend and I love him. This is not a hating Ripper episode. Oh, man. I'm only messing with him because I love him. Sometimes that speed crew is great on Stella to beat others to the hostile. I haven't had that problem personally, Kevin, since they added in the new systems, which we did fight really hard for them to do. It's easy to forget some of the good things that Scopely did, but this year they did add these new systems in, and that has really helped. And I no longer have to fight people for them with these different systems. So, yeah. Am I making a huge mistake maxing out the Kira? Yes. I mean, you're wasting uncommons for a ship that doesn't have much longevity. I say this. If you enjoy it, do it. But is it a valuable ship? It's not. You can hate me, that's fine. Well, I'm going to hate you with love. Because that's the most pure form of love. Because hate is just love with violence. I feel like I'm giving bad advice right now. I should shut up. What's a friendship if not tough love that looks like soft hate to outsiders? There you go, Sugar Fat Man. See, we embrace the toxicity. We embrace the toxicity. We do it. We do. It's not healthy at all. It's not healthy. We just try to have fun, right? We're all just here to have fun. Everyone should be careful asking Rev if he likes the whip. Be quiet, Obi. We're not doing this again. We're not getting into the whip conversation again. You can go back and watch the earlier part of the stream. If you want whip conversation, go back and watch the earlier part of the stream. You know, we can bring it up tonight too. We can bring it up tonight because we will be streaming again in about 5.5 hours on Twitch. So if you want to check it out, if you haven't, join us over on our Twitch channel so that we can have some more fun over there. I feel like we always have a great time. So what are your thoughts for the rinse and repeat for the territory battle pass? I don't mind it, honestly, Richard. I don't. Do I want more added? Yes, but I have no problems right now. Major Sam says, giggity. That's because she's so dainty and we love her. Now I can reach the first Borg cube system in Delta. What crew should I be running? Honestly, anything you kind of want. They're not super strong. If you're using the Voyager just murks them. But I don't think you necessarily need to run anything specific. At least I didn't on my 2 accounts that I do Voyager on. I was able to just... Now, if you go too far out, it might be a struggle bus, and somebody in chat might tune in here, but my normal grind crew that I use for the Voyager worked fine versus the Borg. When you hate someone, you still care, but in a destructive and harmful way. All right. A therapist has entered the chat. Okay, a therapist has entered the chat. For a newer player, how do you get rogue credits? Ooh, that is a new player. I love it. All right. So we're going back in time to the rogue days. All right, so you go back to your augment over here, and you're going to mine 2 different materials. You have green data and red data. So it's decoded data and corrupted data. Decoded being green, corrupted being red. And you're going to, if you're talking about these augment credits right here, you're going to turn these in through mining. Yeah. Weird, right? Mining. But this is taking it way back to the augment days. Or did you mean, oh, you said rogues. You're over here. So which one are you talking about? Because you talking about these? If you're talking about those credits, those are going to be from grinding, thank God, hostiles. So if you grind the hostiles, a magician. No, you're not a magician or a logician, which is just a Vulcan who thinks that he can pull a rabbit out of a hat and explain it. So if you're talking about rogue credits, you're going to do that from grinding the Eclipse hostiles. You're going to get security keys and then turn security keys in for rogue credits. So what is the Trek Fanatic and the reels for? No idea, Marcine. No idea. I haven't asked, honestly. I was going to do that yesterday and then Comcast threw a fit. So. Can someone please get Rev the Whip? I mean, if y'all want to pay for me to have the whip, exclamation point donate, it's going to be like $60. If y'all want to donate for Rev to have the whip, there's the button. I'm not asking for it. Brigadier Jones literally said it, and that's not one of my alts. So, can Scopely fix the game crashing on iPad? I'm going to give you a dirty answer you don't want to hear. No. I mean, does that mean that they're not trying to make improvements? They are. But iPads and iOS devices seem to be the devices that struggle the most. That doesn't mean that it's always going to struggle. They do seem to be the ones that struggle the most. And I don't want to give you an answer of like, yeah, I promise you it's going to be fixed, because it might be fixed, but they seem to just be constantly going in and out and having struggles with that. So you have a degree in philosophy and logic. All right, well, look here. You see me? Calm down. I love you. Is there a level lock on the whip? 40 plus, Hank. Yes, there is. You're right underneath it, but I would not push for 40 plus just for the whip, Hank. Not for just the whip. We all struggle. Hey, everybody makes mistakes. Everybody has those days. Nobody's perfect. You live and you learn it. A very wise philosopher said that. Very wise philosopher said that. I managed to get another joint alliance to go out and grind hostiles. Let me blow them up to take their OPC. Dude, that is fantastic, Will. I love when servers are willing to help each other out like that. That's fantastic. If you've got a maxed out M-Score and Stella and Outlaw tree, filling up your stuff with keys and giving it to other players is a fantastic way to give back. I love that. I love that. Absolutely love that. Android still a struggle, but not as bad. Yeah, I mean, I almost never, I'm not saying they don't exist, but the only consistent struggle I have on Android, I have an S21, is the zoom bug. That's it. And even then, I don't get that a ton. But yeah. Mobile devices, even though this is a mobile game, that's where they actually have their most struggles. The most stable clients are the PC client and the Mac client. B-Real says, I would buy the whip if it played the Devo chorus. Whip it good every time I recalled. I don't know what the Devo chorus is. I don't know what that is. Stability on Android was horrid for the last couple months. This month slightly improves. Well, I'm glad it's improved for you, GG. I really am. I noticed when I leveled up from 27 to 28 now on the regular daily SLBs that come often, they're making me compete with ops up to 49. Before that, 27 was the top bracket. Is this normal? If you're talking about the dailies, yes, the daily leaderboards are borked. They've been borked, and they've been borked for a while. But yes, they are. Any possibility to push Scopely to fix FTs after server switch? You talking about forbidden technologies or training? As far as the training goes, the field training, it has been brought to their attention. They are aware. Because it affects such a small percentage of players, it's not a priority fix, but I will continue to bug them about it. Yes, I'm not just going to let it slide under the desk. I will continue to bug them about that. Yes. All right, y'all. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. I've got to hop off, do some more content, especially with my football channel. So I appreciate all the love y'all have done. Thank you so much for supporting me and the channel. I will be streaming again tonight, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, right about 5.5 hours from now. So you can come join us then. Good to see everybody. Thank y'all so much. Several hundred people came by tonight. Ripper, also great to see you. Love you, buddy. Hope you're having a great week so far. And everybody else, thank you. Hit me up on Discord if you need anything. As I say this all the time, I can't promise I'll respond immediately, but I do try to respond to every single person who messages me. Hit me up on Discord or Facebook. I love y'all. If you have questions about the game, Star Trek, anything, I'm here for you. Live long and plunder. Stay safe with the spouse, Cowboys. Deuces, that's me. I will catch you in the next Star Trek Fleet Command stream, which is tonight. And see you later. That's the wrong one.
An even better outro
Sorry
than the intro. For the Empire and glory to your house.